guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be kicking off my channel by doing a first impressions review for you, test it out review. And today it's going to be featuring the Sephora Collection 10 Hour Wear Perfection Foundation. I've got it currently pulled up here on the Sephora website. There are quite a lot of shades. It ranges from a number 5 to 67 is the highest number. So there's a lot of foundation shades. There is a great range to find a shade for you in this. I think this for me is going to end up being a little bit too dark, just a tad bit, but the next one up was really, really pink. And as pink as I'm looking right now on my camera, whoa. That lighting needs to stay like that now. Goodness. My redness today, luckily I have mild rosacea. My redness is confined mostly to my cheeks today and a little bit on my nose. I do have a horrible mosquito bite here, trying not to itch it. So I got mine in the shade number 10, which is light ivory, which on the Sephora website is deemed as a neutral. What this is supposed to do, it's supposed to be a foundation with buildable coverage that instantly conceals blemishes with an invisible, flawless finish. Theoretically, it's supposed to be everything. It's supposed to be like an invisible veil, like a second skin that adapts to the movements of face for optimum comfort all day. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime both sides of my face. I know some YouTubers do it primed and not primed, but I just know no matter what, I need the primer on my foundation because of my skin type. I am pretty normal skin. I lucked out right now. I go between normal and dry. So right now I'm trying to keep my skin from getting any more ridiculous, so I always have to prime my skin. I'm going to prime using this. This is the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. This is one of my favorite primers of all time. I'm just going to start out by priming because I feel like that's the best way to go with this. This just gives me a nice barrier. I like how this feels. It's lightweight, does its job. It's a great primer if you're looking for one from the drugstore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side of my face using my Beauty Blender. I know this guy's a little dirty right now. And the other side using this. This is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. So I'm going to do the... actually, this might be a little too yellow. Crap. So I'm going to do this side of my face being the Beauty Blender. This side is going to be the brush. So I'm going to start off, I'm someone who I put the product on my face first. And I've put in my hand right now 1 pump of foundation, and it's quite a lot of foundation actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend and dab that out. So it's going on really nice. It's giving a nice even coverage. I'm just doing a little bit here because my brow bone is also a little bit red today and I don't need that. And I'm pressing what little extra product I have on the Beauty Blender onto my nose to cover up that mark. I might need a little bit of concealer for that today unless I decide to really go more of this. So I think it gives a pretty good even coverage. I would definitely say this is medium. It covered the majority of my redness. The only part it didn't cover was this little guy here. This, for the record, this and this are both moles, and I never really fully cover them. I'm fine with them being exposed. But it did cover the majority of the redness on my cheeks. It left a little bit right here, which is, I think, partially because I'm dying of heat stroke in this bedroom right now. Dear God, it's hot. Covered up the redness on my forehead. Some of the redness on my brow bone is gone. It blends pretty nicely down my neck. It's a little too yellowy for my skin tone because I am a very fair-toned person. Very cool, fair-toned. But number 5 is just way too pink for me. Overall, I really like it. I'm going to leave this side alone for now, and I'm going to do what's left. Like I said, this was 1 full pump of foundation. That is way more than that needs, probably. I'm not usually someone who goes for a full coverage foundation, just because I'm very fortunate in that my skin doesn't have a whole bunch of problems. I don't have any, I didn't have horrible acne growing up as a kid. So I'm feeling like this side got better coverage than this one, not by much, but that could also be because I needed a little extra more. So probably for me, for a medium coverage, I would need like 1 pump and a quarter just to cover up, because I ran off product by the time I got to my cheek down here, which sucks. Especially since this area is where my redness is. My raccoon mask and my chin are usually the worst spots. So I'm gonna buff that extra bit that I didn't have in the first place. And I'm just kind of smoothing everything out. That way everything looks more natural. Okay, so now they look about even. They've still got, both of them have a little bit of the redness peeking through right here in the middle of my cheek. So that might be something I need extra coverage of. I prefer how the finish looks a little bit more on this side rather than the brush side, but that could just be the brush. That could be a number of things. So I'm going to take another 1/2 pump of product to cover up the last bits of redness. So all in all, I'd say it's definitely medium coverage. I was able to go back in with just a little, I didn't even use all that extra product, and I was able to cover up the last 2 spots of redness. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is definitely medium to full coverage. I, again, am not someone who needs full coverage, but I could definitely see how this could be full coverage for someone, and it's supposed to be like a second skin finish. So I'm going to label that as being like a natural finish to it. You don't get a full ounce in this, but it does retail for $20. And again, there's a wide range of shades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this, wear this through a full day of work. So, I work the closing shift at work today, so I work from 3:30 to 9, so I'm going to wear this through my whole work shift. It is currently right now 1:45 p.m. I have finished applying this. I'm not going to set it with a powder. I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer just for a brightening, highlighting effect, and I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. Okay guys, so I'm back. I have done the rest of my makeup. There will be a tutorial on this look coming next. It is currently 2:29, so it's been 44 minutes since I finished the foundation. I did put a little bit of concealer under my eyes for highlighting, brightening purposes, but the coverage is still holding up. Products blended really nicely on it. The lighting in here is going all to hell in a handbasket, so it's a hard thing to look at. But my bronzer went on nice, my blush, my concealer went on and blended out without a problem. I did set underneath my eye with my concealer. I did use Sephora's own concealer, which is currently a favorite of mine. This is the Bright Future Gel Concealer the Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and mine's in the shade 01 Bavarian Cream. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I like how it finishes. It doesn't feel like I put anything on, which is super key for me. So if you ever need a foundation for summer, I feel like this would be a good option, actually. I know summer's over now, but I doubt that they'll get rid of this by next summer. That is, I think, everything. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to check in with you guys when I get home. Hey guys, so I'm checking in with you. It is 9:35 at night, so I have had this on, well, 9:35, so we're gonna round up, we're gonna say 8 hours. The foundation has held up really well. The only place it didn't was right where my sunglasses go. There was some transferring there. Other than that, I'm not super shiny. I'm a little bit because that's highlighter. My blush and my bronzer held up really nicely. And you know, here's something about the Sephora collection ones that I feel like they don't mention. I mentioned earlier that I felt like it might have been too yellow. I feel like it almost adjusted itself. I know that sounds ridiculous because it's not like a BB cream or a self-adjusting product, but I feel like it kind of did almost. So all in all, I think I would recommend this foundation for any of you that have oily skin because it does a really good job of mattifying your skin. Dry people, I would just say put on a really hydrating primer. I know I'm like all shaky. Put on a really hydrating primer or something before you wear this. Normal people, knock yourselves out. It gives you good coverage. I definitely would call it medium to buildable. I haven't touched my makeup since I put it on. Same for the lip color. So I haven't touched any of my makeup since 2 p.m. today, and it all still looks exactly how I put it on today. So I'm really happy with it. I would give this a 9 out of 10. The 10 being, I wish I had a slightly better match. This is just a tad bit too dark. It's not really noticeable in this lighting, but I noticed it a lot at work. It's a little bit too yellow, not by much, but a little too yellow, which makes it a little too dark for me. The next shade up, like I said, was just way too pink to wear. But yeah, that is everything. So thanks for watching, guys, and the next video up will be a tutorial on the rest of my face that I did here. Have a nice day. Bye.